Goodbye, beautiful valley. This is a stunning place. Absolutely love being on the Packraft. I could not have asked for better weather. Well, aside from the first half of the day, until 1 o'clock it was pouring rain. Other than that, rewarded with absolute still water. I'm not paddling and I'm not moving. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Gosh, I wish the loch today, I wish it would have been like this. Would have saved my back. Oh well. Alright, just gonna enjoy the paddle. Eat a little beef jerky. Absolutely starving. Taking the views. Oh, I'm hungry. I didn't want to skip lunch, but I really wanted to make it to the end of this loch. And I couldn't stop anyway because of the midges, so at least out here they don't bother me. Alright, I'm gonna get paddling. If I wasn't already carrying so much gear, I should have brought a fishing pole. I believe there are, well, I know in the other loch there are brown trout. I don't know about this one, but I imagine there are. Beautiful pebble beaches with nice grassy flat areas. Oh my goodness! I'm getting excited about pitching the tent. Just hopefully at the end of the loch it's as nice as it is here. Boat snack. Name the movie. Remember, I'm a father of 2 little kids, so that should help. Such a good movie. Can't wait for number 2. There are just waterfalls everywhere. What a great way to end the day. So straight ahead, if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to check the map to be sure, but I'm almost positive that I'm on the other side of that. So like I said, Lake Marie has been along us on this side the entire day. It's bigger than both of the lochs that we saw today combined. It's the 4th biggest in Scotland and the longest north of Loch Ness. This is the smallest of the 3, but it's still pretty big. So we still got quite a paddle, ending somewhere out that way. And hopefully we can find a nice spot to pitch for the night. Just a glimpse. It's barely peeking through. But wow, does that feel amazing. I keep stopping just to listen to the silence and look around. I think of the 3, this is definitely my favorite loch. Loch Marie, gorgeous. The island's super cool. But on the, what side would that be? The southwest side, nearly the entire length, there's a road. You can only see it in the beginning, and once you're on the water, it completely disappears, and you don't see it at all. But this one, there's absolutely nothing on this loch. It's awesome. All right, I'm gonna stop rambling. I gotta take advantage of the good weather and paddle. Spot, calm spot, so you can get some water. The convenience of these filters is so great. I remember in my 20s, right out of college, I started doing multi-day hikes. I bought this old like MSR. I think it had like a ceramic filter. The thing was huge, but you could screw it onto an Nalgene bottle, throw the hose in, and pump it. I still have it. Actually, I think they still sell it too, but I've come a long way since those. That thing's heavy. This is light, and it serves as your water bottle too. It's great. Not even halfway yet. Without any wind pushing me at my back, I'm not moving as fast as I did yesterday. I still can't believe I've paddled that far that quickly. Surfing waves the whole time. I'm looking for a beach. It's the only problem when you're on the boat. When you gotta go, it's not as easy. But there is a tiny little rock beach right up here that I got my eye on. Look at that little tiny rock beach. That is the perfect little pit stop. Let's hope I can get close enough to it without running aground. Whoop. Man, if I had my Una, I would pitch it right there with that view all around. That'd be nice. It's a perfect spot. I'm really enjoying just paddling by these rocks. I've seen so many neat little things. It's like a tiny family of birds, little small finch looking things. But the trees. Oh, about to hit a rock. Gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. It's just such a peaceful area. Absolutely perfect. So, there are, oh, I needed to get this hat to dry off actually. There are quite a few sandy beaches I can see off in the distance. We're getting close to the end. So, just a little bit, start looking for a spot. I wouldn't want a sandy beach per se, but maybe the grass leading up to it would be nice. Preferably in the sun. That would be nice. With a breeze. Now I'm just asking for too much. It would just be nice to relax and not be stuck in the tent. What a great trip. Aside from this morning, that was pretty brutal. That's where we came from, way off in that valley there. Have to look at the map, but there's a canyon. It's actually right there, so just around this bend. I think it's 2 or 3 miles. That's what I'll do tomorrow to get on to Lake Marie to paddle back. So we're coming up on where I need to pull out over here. It looks like there's a nice pebble beach, so we'll pull up. I'll look around, see if there's a suitable spot to pitch the tent. If not, I might go over to that sand beach over there and that little outcrop. Looks like it has some pretty short grass. So apparently there is a waterway through this canyon, which is probably what created it, that goes the entire length. I have no idea if I could take a pack raft down it. I would imagine if it created that, it's probably pretty quick flowing water. Maybe some rapids, I don't know. But we're gonna go check it out. And then, like I said, there's a beach over there that we'll go check out too. I do need to be on this side of the river or stream or whatever it is tomorrow though. So if I did camp over there, I would need to cross, or need to be able to cross. So it does sound pretty quick moving. Yeah, I definitely won't be going down that. Looks like it's going to be a great hike though. Appear to be anything over there. Ow, but midges. Yeah, I need to find some place with a breeze. Son of a... Then there's a beach over this way, so I'm gonna go check that one out as well. Because it looks like there's actually a path that heads off over there. So if I find a spot over there, I might be able to just put away the raft and then just head out tomorrow on foot. Got too close to shore. They were following me. Oh, it's itchy. Anyway, there's a beach right over here. I'm gonna go check it out. I'm prepared. And then there's like a little outcrop over here. So I might, once I park the boat, I might walk onto that and see if maybe there's a breeze or something. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be tent bound the whole night, and I don't want that. Oh man, I can see them. There's other insects flying around, which means there's definitely going to be midges. Well, aside from the excessive amount of midges in this spot, it's pretty perfect. Lots of flat grass, actually. Areas to pitch the tent. I could even pitch on this probably, but that's would be super easy to pitch it. Oh wow. Yeah, over here. My gosh, this is a fantastic spot. If it wasn't a 10-hour drive, I'd come here and do an autumn camp. Oh wow. I might pitch right there. That's perfect. All right, we found home for the night. Just gotta slather myself with DEET and then get the tent up. But it looks like we'll be hanging out in the tent. At least we'll have a fantastic view though. I'll open both doors and just look at that view. Oh yeah, this is perfect. My goodness, look at that. Yes. They're worse here than they've been anywhere. I had to put on my raincoat for whatever reason. I'm guessing because it blocks my scent a little bit. They don't swarm me as much. Just my shirt, oh my gosh. I had a blanket of them. I wish I would have brought gloves just to be completely covered. My mistake. I actually ran up and down the beach a couple times I didn't show that on camera. But, all right, I'm gonna go ahead, get unpacked. I'm gonna drag the canoe over. Oh my gosh, do you see that swarm? It's insane. Oh. Any case, this is wild. Oh my god. They're 100 times worse than they've been anywhere. It's such a gorgeous spot too. I think what I'm gonna end up doing, I'm gonna set the tent up and then I'm gonna leave the tent, go walk around a bit, and then when I'm ready to go in the tent, light my little citronelle thing in the vestibule, and then when I'm ready, I'm just gonna book it into the tent, close the door, and then hopefully it'll be safe. I know I keep talking about these things a lot, but in my videos I always just talk about what's happening, and this happens to be a really big part of this trip. Only 1 trillion more. I need to find my other thing of DEET. Actually, I'm gonna do that now. That's gotta be a priority. I can't imagine how many of these little things are gonna get in. There it is. I love how easy this tent is to pitch. I'm always able to get it really nice and taut relatively quickly, even in tricky ground. Really nice. At 3 pounds, it's not the lightest ridge tent in the world, but it's a beast, and it held up to the wind really well last night, actually. Yeah, really like it. All right, time to get these doors open and dry it out. Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. Oh, I just gotta go for a walk. It's the only time they're not messing with me. My hands just feel done for. They're like burned. They've been bitten so many times. I was hoping the sunshine would kind of get rid of them, but nope. And you can see the water is like glass. There's not even a breeze. Hopefully I get a breeze. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult to get inside the tent. I can cook dinner outside the tent. I don't think I'm going to do anything elaborate, especially if I'm dealing with midges. Something simple, and then just get in the tent real quick. Just making my way to that little overlook. We're just camped over there. Cool spot. There's a breeze. Oh, the breeze. Oh man, that's nice. It's too thick up here. So tomorrow, the way out through that little ravine there, a couple miles to Loch, and then I got to paddle a few miles back to where I parked. It's so nice to be up here. I'm really hoping a breeze comes that way. Oh, such a beautiful place. I'm gonna try my candle, see if it works. Why not? I'm just gonna put it in the vestibule. Hopefully it'll clear them away from the door. That way I can start getting stuff inside the tent. There we go. For whatever reason, there seem to be less of them on this side, so I'm gonna go ahead and light it right here. Alright, we'll see if that works. Just gonna go get water and then make dinner. No shortage of water around here. This is horrible. I'm not going to be cooking anything crazy. I'm just going to do a dehydrated meal. I just don't want to be out here that long with them. So tonight's menu will be one of the easiest things I've cooked. I'm gonna go barbecue pulled pork. That sounds good. I have some tortillas as well that I can put it in. Oh, I'm in pain here. To make it better, I wonder if this is even showing up on camera. It's absolutely wild. How many of these things there are. Hopefully this is enough fuel. Alright, well, I'm not going to sit here and get eaten alive. Just have to kind of be in constant motion. Everybody's got to eat. I understand, but man, I just wish it wasn't me. I just had to take a walk. It's the only way to get away from them. Some reprieve. They're completely covering the camera too. It's wild. I'm really sorry I'm complaining so much. It's just, well, miserable, frankly. You have such an absolutely incredible view, but you are dealing with these things. Oh. A whole pile of them. I don't think I'll be able to pour the water in without them getting in. Oh God, they're all in my water. Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna put away the camera and I'm just going to attempt to get in the tent. Finally. Oh. Shockingly, there's still a few in here, but I was able to get in without the horde of them. I had to walk up and down the beach for about 10 minutes. They all cleared away, and then just opened the door and threw stuff in as quickly as possible. I am starving. I'm tired. It's horrible with these little things. Oh my gosh. They just blanket you. They were all in my water. I'm starving. I poured it in. It's protein, I guess. Any case, it's a gorgeous pitch, and I have a gorgeous view out the door, actually. When I took my jacket off, I had probably 100 of them, like in between my jacket and my underwear. Well, to give you an idea of how bad it is, I even have like bites on my, yeah, couldn't even without them. Yeah. All right, moment of truth. Barbecue pulled pork. I probably have not had one of these dehydrated meals in probably, I don't know, last time I was in Scotland, when I did a camp outside of Edinburgh, which I think was like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. So, let's see. It smells okay. just like to make my own food. Oh, God. But I'm going to try to make it better. I do have a few super sad looking tortillas, but tortillas, the hot sauce, you know, the problem is it's just so bland. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. I like hot sauce. Let's see. Didn't make it much better, but at least the tortilla tastes like real food. Alright, I'm starving. I'm gonna eat this, and I'll get back with you guys when it's time to go to bed. It is 10 o'clock. The light's fading fast now. I'm gonna get to bed because I was woken up pretty early by the light. So my sleep system, just pillow, my Nemo. This is the extreme pad. It's a winter pad. It's way too warm for this. I was actually kind of hot last night, but my other pad had a leak that I just fixed, and I figured it wasn't a wise idea to bring it on a multi-day until I tested it out. And then my sleeping bag and a pair of change of clothes, which I'm actually going to change my clothes today. It'll be nice to go to bed in a fresh set. I'll save you from having to listen to this, but I just use a tiny little air pump. I'm exhausted. Today was a really big day. That first bit in the rain and wind and then up the mountain was pretty tough. So it was nice to be able to end it with a long paddle on this loch, which was absolutely gorgeous, calm, pretty. Found a great sight aside from the midges. Actually, sorry, just getting one. Yeah, fantastic sight. Like one of the prettiest I've actually stayed. But little buggers ruined it a little bit. Oh well. I'm in the tent now, comfortable, and I've pretty much gotten rid of any... Oh God, there's like a horde of them over there. Gotten rid of most of them. I'm going to try to get rid of a few more before I go to bed. So tomorrow should be the last day. Should make it to the car. Fingers crossed, but everything looks good. The weather report's A-okay. It is going to be a little bit windier later in the day, but if I get out of here in the morning, I think it should be fine. Probably have to deal with the bugs in the morning, but that ravine thing over there looks pretty cool. That's what we'll be hiking tomorrow, and then getting to Loch Marie and paddling back to the car. I'll catch you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning. Oh, I feel tired. That was a rough night. It got really, really cold. Yesterday evening, I was burning up hot. Last night, I got really cold. I had to put on my puffy. Absolutely no breeze still, which is not going to be good for getting out of the tent, but I was just mapping today's route. Again, this Glen is a bit further than I thought, but I won't need the Packraft, so once I take down the tent, I'm going to take down the Packraft as well, pack that up, and then it's actually about a 4-mile hike through the Glen along the stream till I get to Loch Marie, and then I have about a 3-mile paddle on Loch Marie to get back to the car. And that's rough estimates with the map too, so could be a little, most likely it's a little bit longer, but yeah, so about a 4-mile hike and a 3-mile paddle. That is very doable. So today will be the last day of the trip. 3 days, 3 full days instead of 4. I slept in a little bit because I was so tired, but I'm gonna go ahead, make myself a coffee, and then get packed up and we'll get going. new sock day. Very excited about this. Alright, so I opened the door just to unzip the vestibule, and the midges swarmed me again, so I'm going to get everything ready in here and then just kind of pop it outside into the vestibule real quick on this side and let it boil, and then hopefully I can get it again quickly without getting attacked. Alright, this should be enough for a coffee. Cheers, everyone. Oh, so good. For those of you that didn't see the previous videos, I didn't get my coffee yesterday morning because of the rain and the midges and whatnot. I couldn't go without it again. Alright, I'm going to enjoy this. Just look out the door while it's closed to see the view, and yeah, then it'll be time to finish getting packed up and get out of here. Wow, an actual breeze came. Hopefully it keeps up while I pack away everything. Ready to go. The sun's in and out, so there's a slight breeze. I'm hoping it's enough to keep the midges at bay. We'll see. Let's go. Oh wow, there's actually just enough of a breeze that just picked up that it's keeping them at bay. Beautiful morning. Oh my gosh. The winds are keeping them away. Yes. It's amazing. See if I can dry out the tent a little bit while I get the raft packed away. I haven't actually stored anything inside the boat with the T-zip yet, because I just haven't had the need to, but it's actually really convenient for deflating and packing away the raft much quicker than just the valve. I tied the boat to this large branch last night because I wasn't sure if I would need to paddle around to the other side to get on a trail, but I can reach the trail from here. Absolutely loving this pack raft. It's just such an easy gateway to places that I would not normally be able to access. And trips like this, which if you would have tried to do that with a canoe, it would have been impossible to do the trick I did yesterday up that pass. But with something like this, it's just light enough where you could do that. Got some dark clouds rolling through. That's probably what created this wind. So I want to try to get this down before it rains, if it does. It's not supposed to though. I am so thankful the breeze picked up. I'm enjoying this spot so much more. I wish I could stay. Fantastic location. I would definitely come back here and just actually spend 2 days maybe on this loch that's it, and just hang out and fish. That would be a fun trip. I'm not a huge ridge tent guy just because I don't typically use 2 trekking poles, but I do love this tent when I'm using trekking poles because it's so light but it's super spacious and really easy to put up and put away, as you just saw. This strap is actually meant for bear containers, but it works perfectly for holding this. If you're wondering how I adjust my trekking poles for general hikes, do about a 90-degree angle, so right about there, and then lock it off. And depending on if I'm going up or down, I'll adjust it. Longer downhill, shorter uphill. Pack's starting to feel a little lighter, finally. I have so much food left. I didn't eat as much as I thought. Brought enough for 4 days, and I brought extra, so there's a lot of stuff I haven't used. All right, leave no traces always. That's where we were. Fantastic spot to pitch a tent with a phenomenal view. Wow, look at this view. That's where we were last night. And that's where we're going, in between there. You can hear the water flowing from here. So it's about a 4-mile hike until we get to Loch Marie, which is a loch we started on. But then I've got a little over a 3-mile paddle to get to where I parked. Should be a good day, especially if the weather stays like this. Gotta take this off. I'm starting to sweat like crazy. With the sun out, it's actually quite warm. All right, here it is. So I have to do this for about 4 miles. I can confirm I can't do it with the raft, but I believe the trail actually goes across this and then up on the ledge there and then through. Wow, look at that view. All right. Did it. Nice. And my feet are still dry. Still making my way up. I'm almost up to where we'll start leveling out. It's absolutely stunning up here. So cool. So I believe I've reached as high as I'll be climbing today, which is good. So I'm pretty much just following along. I'm not sure how that section is gonna work exactly, so I may have to go up a tiny bit more. I'm not sure yet, but I'll be following this all the way to the loch. All in all, for day 3, I feel pretty good actually. I definitely got my hiking legs. I thought I'd be pretty sore, but I feel nothing, so pleased about that. My back is a little bit where the straps are. It's a tiny bit sore, but other than that, this pack is actually carrying the weight extremely well. This is the heaviest I've ever packed it, and it's working great. Just gotta take a quick break. Oh, jeez. Get some water. I always worry with these ultralight backpacks if these thin straps will give out on me, which would be terrible when you're out like this. That's why I typically use beefier backpacks, but gotta say this one's holding up really, really well. Carries weight well too. Ah, finally, the end is in sight. Well, at least the end of the hike. If you look real closely, you can see just a tiny bit of Loch off in the distance. That's where we're going. Starting to descend quite a bit now. So many fantastic waterfalls on this trip. This one goes all the way up there. One on the other side too. All right, we made it through. Whew. That was tough. A lot longer than it looks on a map. But there's Loch right there. Just a tiny push more to get onto the water. Slowly making my way there. You know, it's one thing to plot this route on a map, but when you start hiking it, things seem much, much grander than they do on a little map. Whew. I thought that would be easy. And it wasn't bad, at least compared to yesterday, but that was still a pretty tough hike. through there. A little over 4 miles, I think. I have to look at the maps. But yeah, that was tough. But I am finally approaching Loch Marie. I should be able to see it in just a second. There it is. Woo! I am so happy to see this loch. The other end of it too. So we started about 3 miles that way at a little lay-by. So this is the very beginning of it. The path hopefully will work its way down close enough to the water. May have to kind of make my own path to get up to the water, but once we get on, we'll be paddling off in that direction for around 3 miles to get back to that lay-by. Hopefully, there was a pretty distinct kind of overlook where I put in. So I just gotta make sure I hit that spot. I can check back on my day one maps just to make sure. Then we'll be back to the car. The trip will be complete. This has been a tough one. All right, we made it. Here it is. It's a little shallow right here, so I'm just gonna kind of walk along the bank. So I just walked down a little ways down the beach, just so I can get kind of a straight shot down the loch towards where I'm heading. And this just looks like a prettier spot. This would be a great spot to camp too. Oh, it looks like someone did. There's a fire pit right there. Oh, it feels good to take that bag off. Oh. All right, so if you've watched the other parts of the video, I've already set this up a couple times, so I'm not gonna make you watch me do that all again. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set it up by doing one of these. Magic. All right, let's get on the water. Can't believe we just came through there. All right, so the wind is not blowing us exactly where we need to be. It's blowing us this way. We need to be on that side, especially if I'm going to spot where I put in the water. So I'm gonna just fight the wind a little bit to try to get over to that side, and then I'll skirt along the coast until I find the spot. It's about 3 miles, so we've got a little ways to go. Wind's picking up a bit. It's kind of pushing me in the direction I don't want to go. So I'm just kind of going diagonal to the wind. So when it pushes the bow, it kind of keeps me oriented in the right direction. I can't believe I have a 10-hour drive home after this. I'm not going to do it all today. I wouldn't be able to, but I'm going to try to get as much done as I can tonight. I wish it was closer to get here. Man, I wish it was closer. I would love to explore more lochs. All right, I'm on the other side of the loch now. So once I get to this point, I'm basically just gonna skirt the coast for another 1.5 miles, 2 miles. And I believe right where that pass is over there, across from that is where I put in. If you remember from the first video, there was that kind of overhang with that tree. It's pretty distinct. So that's what I'll be looking for. So many pretty little beaches. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's a road up there somewhere. According to my map, I should be coming up on it any minute. I'm just keeping an eye out. There it is. Oh my gosh. Did it. 3 days. Roughly 60 kilometers. I'll have to check that on the map, but not bad. I haven't done a paddle this big, especially in a little pack raft. All right, let's get to shore and then I'll say goodbye. Not the best place to put in and take out, but this is our spot. I do remember these rocks were very slippery. Oh. Do this as gracefully as possible. There we have it. Boats on shore. Oh my God. What an epic trip. Such beautiful spots. Such a mix of weather and conditions. Really, really awesome. So, I know I've never done a multi-day trip on the channel, and I haven't really got to do them since my kids were born. But if you like this, just leave a comment or a like down below. Maybe I'll try to get out for another multi-day trip. Keep in mind, I do have children still though, so I don't know if it'll happen often, but this was a lot of fun. I'd like to do it again. All right, I'm gonna end the video here. I just got to get my pack and raft deflated and then hike it up this hill to the car. Hopefully you like the video. Scotland is a stunning, harsh place and definitely didn't disappoint. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below and I'll catch you on the next one. Please like, share, and get outside. Later.